Chicago Wednesday on City TV or stream it on City TV Plus.
Welcome to this week's episode of LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Bronagh Morgan, and this is the show where we talk about what you're talking about, London, Ontario, Southwestern Ontario, and what you have talked a fair bit about in the last couple of weeks is our awesome episode that we had with Olympian Jason Tunks and his daughter. I loved that conversation because he got into what a joy it is to coach his daughter and other people as well, you know, be able to share his love of sport with young people. And so I got this idea about, I'd love to do a show about coaching generally, because you know how we really love to talk about youth issues on this show, and it's just such an amazing thing to be able to do as an adult, is to be that kind of role model and have that role in young people's lives. So I've got a couple of fantastic coaches that I want to introduce you to tonight. First is Mike Bourgeois, and he is one of the coaches or head coach?
Head coach.
Oh, head coach of Oxford Attack girls basketball.
Correct.
Under 17.
Correct.
All right, so I got all the details right. So thank you so much for being with us. And I know you have a short time tonight because you're heading to practice.
I am. I appreciate the invite. It's always a pleasure to get on and talk about basketball. I've played pretty much since grade 7 all the way through the high school level and post-secondary. And then my daughter followed in my footsteps, and she started playing at the age of 5.
Oh my goodness.
And she just had a natural gift for the game and just loved it. And I wanted to be able to pass on everything that I learned growing up. And one of the things that helped me was I had a really good coach in high school that taught me not only the game, but life in general. How to be, responsible for your actions, your accountability, teamwork, all that stuff. So I wanted to pass that on to my daughter as well. So that's why I pretty much got into coaching, and I've been doing it since she was 5. And I wouldn't change it even when she graduates next year. I'll still continue to coach the young females.
Fantastic. Okay, so when you got into coaching, that's, I think, an education program that people
Correct.
have to take to become a coach. So what's that process like?
So that process is, and again, depending how far you want to go, Bronagh, there's the NCCP level. You can start off at the beginning level where it's just known as your level 1 or begin to train. You still have to do your online courses, and then you go away for a week, and then you do your classroom, and then they come and see you coach firsthand. You'll pass that, and then there's level 2, which is a little bit harder. Again, you're gone for 2 weeks, write the test, they come and do your practice plan again.
Right.
And then you get as high as level 3, which I am certified to coach at the collegiate level. And
oh, amazing.
Yes. And it's just a little bit more advanced. But again, I recommend anybody who wants to get into coaching to definitely take that step and enter into the program to learn, because they teach you the fundamentals of coaching, understanding the athletes, because it's more than just sport. It's a lot of mental issues and everything else, and trying to help students along that path, because today's society, it's a little harder than it was when I was a kid.
Right. Okay, so I want to hear more about you as a coach, but I also want to hear more about Oxford Attack. So for those people who don't know about that particular team and that particular club, talk to us about what we would see if we were able to visit a Oxford Attack game and how we could even go.
Oh, so great. The Oxford Attack Club is a local club out of Woodstock, and it has 30 different teams, boys and girls. I think we have 6 female teams, which is 4 more than what we had last year, starting at the U10 level. And what it is, it's based upon athletes who want to take basketball to the next level. It's like your travel team for basketball, like compared to hockey. And these girls practice twice a week. They play in 2 tournaments a month in the Toronto area in the OBL League, a very, very competitive league. I'm fortunate enough to coach the U17 girls when I have 12 females on my team, and we are ranked 14th in Ontario, competing for the Ontario Cup this year in Kingston.
That's exciting.
It is. And if they want to come watch a game, if they're in the Toronto area, they can go on the OBL website and search for the Oxford Attack. They'll see the dates and times they play and the times, and everything's there.
Awesome. Okay, so take us through what it's like to, what's a practice going to be like tonight? What kind of things are you going to be doing with your team?
Tonight I always started off in pretty much 3 phases. The beginning's always, I let the girls do their social aspect, shoot around, a quick warm up. Then I get into the cardio. Then I'll start off with pretty much a shooting drill or a defensive drill. Then we'll get into a review of last week's lesson plan. And then we'll do something new halfway through, whether it be offensive scheme or defensive scheme. Tonight is offense because I worked on defense on Tuesday. So usually I alternate it both days because I want to keep their attention span high.
And how did you come up with that particular plan? Is that from years of trial and error?
Years of trial and error. And again, things change depending on the group you have. When I was coaching the U10s, a lot of it was game focused because they have the shortest attention span. So you always got to shorten up what you're trying to teach them and always keep it fun. At the end of the day, you got to have fun because you want them to come back. As they get older, the lesson plans become more critical, more game focused and oriented. So it teaches them more the finer points of the game. So at the U17 level, this is where we do the X's and O's and all that fun stuff.
Fantastic. Okay, so have you gone up through the age levels with your daughter as well?
Yeah, actually, so we started at the U10 level. We were the first team on the age of U10. So I've been coaching her since then, so 7 years with the Oxford Attack. And I've had most of the girls since U10. A couple have dropped off, had a couple new ones, but I'm going to say 90% I've had since U13 all the way till now.
Okay, so obviously dad kid time, fantastic. That's got to be, well, I'm sure challenging as well. Of course, won't sugarcoat it. But what is, I guess, maybe some of your favorite things about being a coach?
The favorite things is watching the kids when they first start out, not as dominant as they are now, and watching them progress and improve year after year. I have this one young lady on my team who I've had since U14. She just started getting into basketball. She loved being around her friends, loved the game. Very shy. Now she's probably one of the top players I have on my team because she has come out of her shell, and it's made her improve not only on the basketball court but in life in general, because now she's not this shy young lady. She is a confident young woman who isn't afraid to take on any task, that is the most gratifying thing in coaching, is watching them develop. It's like watching your kids grow up.
Right. One of the amazing things about team sports, isn't it?
Correct.
All right. So for those people who would be watching and considering, you don't have to be a dad of a player to become a great coach.
You don't. And I've coached with many coaches who don't have kids in the program or don't have kids that play basketball. A lot of them have played basketball in their youth and just love the game and continue to give back. And I think that's probably the biggest thing, is a lot of these guys they want to give back and help out. And we're very fortunate with our club. All our head coaches have played at a high level at some point. Fantastic coaches. They're good with the kids. They're teaching the game the right way. And I've seen a lot of other sports and a lot of other coaches who, I call them armchair coaches, who just basically volunteered because they needed a body to fill the coaching position. Well, in our club, that's not the case. Like, these guys are very enthusiastic and passionate about the game, and they want to see the kids just succeed, not only on the court, but in life as well.
Awesome. So for those people who are considering a career, maybe in coaching or volunteering as a coach, NCCP is the place to start.
I would start with your local organization. Check out the Oxford Attack website. Reach out to the president, vice president. Tell them that you're interested in coaching. They'll send you the NCCP link. They'll get you started in that head path, and then volunteer. Send in your application to volunteer to coach, and because we're always looking for extra bodies. Start out as an assistant on a team, get to learn the ropes, and work your way up.
All right, so I'm not going to take any more of your time, so I know you've got to get to practice tonight. Thank you, Coach Mike.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, we have another fantastic coach to chat with after the break, so please stay with us for more LdnOnt TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febry. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
We invite you to play What's My Line?
Welcome, Mrs. Baker. Those folks over there need to guess your extraordinary occupation.
Are you an entertainer, Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Do people come to watch you, perform?
Yes.
Do you travel for work?
Yes, I do.
Do you ever wear a special type of costume?
Yes.
Is your job, physical?
Yes, indeed.
Are you a member of a team?
Yes.
Are you a professional baseball player?
Yes, I am.
Created during the Second World War, the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League included 68 Canadians. One of its brightest stars was my mother, Saskatchewan's Mary Bonnie Baker, a pioneer for women in sports.
Welcome back to LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Bronagh Morgan. I don't know if you know this too, but I'm also a coach. I'm an NCCP level 1 boxing coach. So that's another reason why I thought this was such a great topic to chat about today, because I loved my time as a boxing coach, and I had fantastic coaches when I was a boxer. And here's another fantastic coach that I wanted to introduce to you. Her name's Robin Brady. And is it recently that you have become a coach of London Whitecaps, or have you been a coach there a long time now?
Yeah, I've been a coach since they've come to the City of London. I think 2017 was our first year, so a little while now.
Fantastic. And so how are things going?
Great. We're always busy, of course. Currently this year, I'm head coach of a 2011 girls OPDL team, and then also...
And for people who don't know, OPL?
Ontario Provincial Development League.
Wonderful.
So it's... and then also I'll be assisting Anthony at our club with our U20 League One Reserve group. So that's sort of a semi-professional league that has been up and running in Ontario for a few years now. And so I'll be doing that as well in the summer.
Fantastic. All right, so background in soccer as well, I assume, is maybe what brought you to this, position that you're in now, which is coaching with Whitecaps, the soccer club. So can you talk to us a little bit about your background in sport?
Sure. I started playing when I was 4. I have an older brother, and so of course I wanted to do everything that he did. And I got involved, like house league, just sort of playing, kicking the ball around. And when I was 9, I was not able to participate in a camp that my brother was in, but I was dragged along because I was younger, and I was just kind of doing everything on the sidelines that the kids were doing. And there was a coach that came over and asked if I played, asked me to do a few things, and then invited me out to try out for a U9 competitive boys team for London Youth way back when. And that's sort of the beginning of, I would say, my soccer journey.
All right, and so where did your soccer journey take you from there?
So from there, I played, from the time I was 9 till I was 14, I played with boys here in London for London Youth and London Portuguese Club. And at 12, I got involved with the provincial program. It's run a little bit different back then than it is today. And at that point, I really wanted to pursue soccer, so the opportunities just really weren't in London at the time. So I was playing provincially in the GTA area, and then also playing club soccer for Burlington Youth Soccer Club.
Fantastic.
And then from there, I played NCAA at Division I at Illinois State University.
Incredible.
And then also played semi-professional for a league in the States. It's called the W League, and it was sort of a feeder league to the professional league at the time.
Impressive. Okay, so a long and storied career as a soccer player. You must have had some really inspiring coaches over the years. Have those people kind of informed the way and your desire to become a coach?
To be honest with you, no.
Really?
I really didn't think about coaching until like really late. I remember being a teenager and my dad would always tell me that I would be a good coach and I should get into it.
Okay.
But I didn't have any female coaches. I was always coached by men. I didn't, in the community, like in London at the time, I had to play with boys because there wasn't enough girls to play with. So I didn't have a whole big experience with women in the game. So it wasn't really something that I was exposed to. So I didn't know that it was a possibility. When I went to university in the States, you know, female sports there is huge, and they treat their female athletes much differently. And there's a lot more female coaches, and I had a couple assistant coaches or grad assistant coaches when I was in college, and I thought maybe it was something that I wanted to do, but I held on to the dream of playing probably a little bit too longer than I should have. And it wasn't until, you know, when I really started to realize that I couldn't compete the way that I wanted to anymore, that I was like, how do I stay involved in the game? Because I don't know that I'm done with the game altogether. And somebody that was coaching me at that time said, hey, Robin, you should get involved in coaching. Why don't you help me out with this team? And that kind of is how it started. And it just sort of snowballed from there.
All right. So for people who, you know, had a love of the game like you when they were younger and have never considered coaching, it's still something, like, there's obviously always a need.
Yeah, I mean, at all levels, there's always a need. Like, I first started getting involved in coaching, just helping. So, and even, you know, helping like house league teams and that kind of stuff. So it was just fun. It wasn't really competitive. And there's always a need for coaches, especially female coaches. And I think it's a great way to stay involved in your community. Even if you haven't played at a high level, I mean, there's still something you have to offer as being a mentor to young people and just giving them a space to have fun and enjoy a group of people.
Fantastic. Okay, so talk to us about how things are going with your coaching at Whitecaps right now. How's the team, and what are we looking forward to?
Yeah, so I have a U13 team. So this is their first year in OPDL. So OPDL starts at the U13 level. So it's a new team. It's a new group. So we're really kind of under construction, I would say. It's a really nice group, and really enjoying working with them. But we've got a bit of an uphill climb to go. But the improvement in just the few months that we've come together, we've really just been together since October, has been, you know, really encouraging. So that's fun. My coaching at Whitecaps up to this point has really been as an assistant. So I realized a few years ago that coaching was something that I wanted to pursue, not just as, you know, a hobby, but something that maybe might be a career at some point. And so I really wanted to work with people that I could learn the game from a different perspective. So I spent most of my time up until this point working, trying to get different experiences working with different coaches at the club and in the city. So that's been a really good experience. And then this year has been the year where it seems to make sense for me to, you know, try my hand as being a head coach.
Fantastic. And so in terms of how being a coach fits with, I guess, you, like, it's got to bring a lot of joy to your life to be able to be that person that maybe you didn't have when you were coming up in soccer and to be that, you know, role model for these young people.
Yeah, I mean, so part of the reason why I love soccer is just because it is a global game, and even here in this community, there's a lot of different people that love and enjoy the game, and I really enjoy people, and I really enjoy the human experience of being around people. And so I studied sociology and criminology in school, so I work with people. That's my profession. And up to very recently, I worked in the justice system and now in the mental health system for young people. So being around young people is just something that I really enjoy, that experience. I enjoy being sort of a mentor and helping guide as well. There's so much that you learn from coaching young people too, and they definitely keep you young too, I think. And I just like the human experience of getting to meet different people, and part of coaching is managing personalities, and I find that piece, as much as the X and O's of the game, I find that piece is what I really enjoy.
Fantastic. So many different aspects to being a coach, and thanks for sharing those as well. So you've got a lot on the go as well. For people who might be inspired to get into coaching, is there a need at Whitecaps, and how can we get behind what you do, or what would you encourage people to do to, pursue what you're doing? Yeah,
there's always a need, especially female coaches. I'm working on my National BE license right now, and the reality is we just don't have enough high-performing coaches in this country, but I don't think that that's what everybody has to aspire to be. I mean, at the grassroots level, working with younger kids or in a non-competitive environment, we always need coaches. And if you just want to have fun and enjoy being around people, but you don't necessarily want it to be a huge commitment, I would say, look into coaching or even being an assistant in a grassroots club or team.
Okay, thanks, Coach Robin. So there is lots of opportunities for people who are inspired by Mike and Robin, and we do have more LdnOnt TV after the break, where we're going to be talking to a player from Whitecaps who was coached by you.
She was.
Fantastic. Yes. Okay, so looking forward to that. Please stay tuned.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
I still remember the games, the laughter, the footsteps through the hallway. I'll never forget the hard times.
Every day I come back from work, it's always like this. We're yelling to the kids.
The help we needed. How far we've come.
Welcome to Treat Yourself.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Welcome back to LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. Been having some awesome conversations with athletes that have moved on to become coaches. Now we've got an athlete from Whitecaps, Olivia Mills. And can you tell the viewers about this? You've received a scholarship and you're going to be playing, is it Division I level?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So first of all, I want you to be able to tell that, because that's awesome.
So I'm playing school in Indiana at a university called Evansville. It's a Division I school we play schools around Louisville, Indiana State is one of the schools we'll be playing.
Awesome.
And it's a smaller school, which I wanted personally, just for academic benefits, rather than, I want a teacher to know my name. I feel like more in a classroom. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so congratulations. That's incredible.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and this is soccer. So we've been playing with Whitecaps for a while.
Yes, I started, I think the year they got their OPDL certification, which was 2018, 2019.
Okay.
So I've been here for around like 5-ish years.
Right.
It's been, so far it's been good. I think I've gone through like 2 coaches or 3, around 3 or 2 coaches, and like they've all impacted me in amazing ways. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what is it about soccer? Like you've loved soccer ever since you were little?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just being able like to be active with other people and have like a team environment for sure. Also, I think the people you meet along the way, like going into like the university kind of route, you go to a lot of showcases and you meet a lot of people from like different like towns, honestly. So I've gotten to meet a lot of cool people from like Toronto, like just all around Canada. And I've gotten a lot of great opportunities, especially with this club, to go travel. So I've gone like Ottawa, we've gone to Vancouver, which is like the headquarters of our like organization, right, which is really cool. But yeah, so.
Okay, so talk to me about you in soccer. So what position do you play?
I play a right back. So. Okay. Like if there's like 4 defenders in the back, I'm kind of like the one that's going to like run up the field more.
So really active, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I've been able to play most positions, I think. So I've played like as a center back, which is kind of like the last person before the goalie. And then I played in the middle, played wide, so kind of wherever they want me.
Fantastic. All right. What is it that you love about soccer then? It's the activity, obviously.
Yes.
You're going to be taking this to university with you as well.
Definitely the opportunities that soccer's given me, kind of just to grow and like as a person and also as an athlete, because I feel you get some good just like basic fundamentals from soccer, honestly, just knowing how to move your body, and I think that's helped so much with just other sports and other opportunities that I've gotten. So yeah, I think.
What other sports do you do as well then? You must be the busiest person on this show ever.
Well, I do competitive cheerleading.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I've been doing that since I was really little as well, and then I like school sports.
Right.
So yeah, if I do pretty good on the badminton court.
Fantastic. Okay, yeah. So school's not just about sports, obviously. So what are you going to be studying?
Psychology.
And so if you don't end up being a professional soccer player, which obviously, you know, could be a thing.
Yes.
What are you hoping to get out with your psychology degree? What would you like to do?
Either forensic psychology, because like my dad was a police, so I kind of want to follow a bit in the steps.
Okay.
So forensic psychology would be really cool, and also sports psychology, because I feel like, especially since I'm going to the States, there's a lot of opportunities for like helping sports teams and that aspect of it. So either like sports psychology or forensic would be really cool.
That sounds fantastic.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing more about you know, all of your fantastic accomplishments to come.
Thank
Olivia
you.
Mills, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
you. Thank you so much to Coach Mike, Coach Robin. It was a great conversation today about coaching. To you, the viewers, for tuning in, appreciate you as well. And think about being a coach and mentoring somebody like Olivia, and imagine where those young people could go. We hope you will tune in again next week for more LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
The Lord is my shepherd, I